Let's go. Up. On the mound, That'll make layups. You got a rebound.
This is Utah Tech basketball and the John Judkins Coaches Show.
Enjoy the win. Enjoy the win. Okay, good job.
And hi there once again, everybody. Welcome to John Judkins Coaches Show, presented by Strap Tank Brewery and Restaurant on Cosby Way in St. George. Family friendly with nightly entertainment where vintage motorcycle and classic car culture comes to life. That's right up your alley.
Wow,
Classics, huh?
I like that motorcycle. Go for a little ride at Zion's Canyon. Let's go.
That's right. Rod Zund along with head coach Utah Tech, Jetty. All right, Jetty, you're getting ready for one game this week, Saturday night, 7 o'clock against Justice University. You went to Santa Clara last week, second ever meeting with the Broncos. They were good, 7-1. Got off to a slow start, but man, you guys fought back, and it was a 10-point loss, but you did a lot of things well.
We did. They were big. They had a 7-footer that Ethan had to go against, and then their guards are pretty good size too as well. But again, that's the bigger Division Ones that we played with Arizona State now these guys, and then we also will go play Creighton right before Christmas. So we know they're going to be bigger and stronger than us, but I was really happy with the way that we finished the game. We started a little bit sloppy, had too many turnovers that first half. We ended with 22 turnovers, which was way too many, but most of them were in the first half. And then we kind of relaxed and started to play. And that's kind of what we said at halftime. You guys, you can play with Arizona. You guys can play with anybody. Let's just relax and do our thing and play our game. And they started to play a lot better.
By the way, Arizona, what are they?
Yeah,
They're
number one
in the country,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And it was a 10-point game with about 12 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah, I picked him to win it, baby. I picked him to win the whole thing. That's what I told him when he beat us. I said, "Yeah, you guys, they're good. They're just big, and he's a great coach, and they got a lot of talent."
Okay, so the teams like Arizona, then a couple days later you played Arizona State, then you go to Santa Clara where they have big dudes. How is that preparing? Because you kind of related them to Tarleton as well. They're kind of big and get after it.
Well, Tarleton's not big. What I meant by that is they picked us up full court.
Yeah.
It was man-to-man full court on every made basket, every foul shot. They got into us. They made us, bring the ball up with our guards, putting pressure. And again, you'll see Ethan bring the ball up a couple of times in this game where he couldn't outlet it to the guards.
Yeah.
They were denying him the ball. So he just brought it up, which he has no problem of doing that. It's just trying to get in the offense a little quicker when you have the ball in the point guard's hand or a guard's hand. But that's what I meant by that. Also, there was a lot of physical play, a lot of fouls that were kind of let go, just let you play. That's what I meant by Tarleton at Tarleton, and that's how it's going to be.
And these teams you're playing, because they're Arizona and Santa Clara, they're probably the biggest teams that you'll play all year long, but are they what you wanted to see out of an opponent and the way you guys reacted to them to get you ready for the likes of Tarleton and the Texas teams that go full out?
Yeah, that's why we do it. I mean, obviously they're a money game for us too, a buy game we call them, but also it's to prepare us for conference. And we love to play these teams, and they keep calling us and want to play us. Every time I talk to a team like that, they say, we love playing you guys because you execute, you run stuff, we have to guard you where it's not just up and down, run, gun. We have to guard your actions, and we have to learn how to do that, and that's why they like to play us to prepare them for conference play as well.
All right, as we go through some of the highlights, let's first talk about Madiba Owana, career high 25 points. Last couple of games, he's really started to play well.
He has, and it's good to see that. He's kind of coming back to where he was last year. I thought early in the year he was trying maybe a little too hard. He was trying to speed it up and maybe tried to shoot, maybe do a little bit too much one-on-one. Now he's letting it come to him, and he's coming to him, and he's doing a great job of his feet. He's had 2 of those in a row now, baseline dunks you just saw right there. But he's really letting the ball come to him. He's not trying to dribble to get open. I like him dribbling to get to the basket, but I'm saying dribbling into his shot. He's not forcing things. He's letting it come, and that's why he's shooting better. Look at that one. Great kick and drive and kick. We always say that. Get to the paint, and good things can happen.
He was 5 of 9 from three-point land, so his best performance. And how about Britton Barrett?
Yeah,
his best game as a Trailblazer, career high 17 and a career high 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, again, look at his shots. I mean, that's what Britt does. He can really shoot the ball, and we got to find him when he's in there. And the guys did a good job in that game, and then he hit him, and he's had some good looks, and he just hasn't made them. In this game, he was hitting them, and that one was a great fake. They went for the fake.
You're down 13 at the half, but boy, what a start to the second half. First 30 seconds in, 4-point play with Noah Belonga.
Yeah, again, we started to play a little bit like we know how to play. We started sharing the ball. We weren't as nervous. I don't know if it was nervousness or what happened in those first half, all those turnovers. But again, there's another draw and kick, and we want our guys to shoot those wide open threes. That's a big part of it.
And here comes the big fella point guard.
Here he comes. Right there, he should have given it up and get it back. But again, he did give it up. If he had done it a little bit earlier, I think he would have probably received it. But again, good job of getting a layup out of it, and there we go.
Ball movement, you weren't stagnant on the offense, and you started just to be free-flowing and playing.
Well, we do that, and we talk about that all the time. We call the ball can't stick. Keep it moving. We don't care who scores. That's one thing we talk about with our offense. We don't care who scores. We just want good shots. And again, the second half, we started to do that. We cut it to 7, and then we had a little couple foul shots, 2-and-1s, and there's a great fast break for Ethan right there. Just give it up.
You basically doubled him up on fast break points too.
Yeah, we did. We hurt him with some turnovers. Here's our little press. Ethan goes. Who's that? That's Chance.
Trujillo.
Chance gets a steal right there. Great. Don't stop him. Go to the basket and score. We hurt him with some of our pressure a little bit. Yeah. I wish we had done that a little bit more. We did try some zone on them. They shot the ball extremely well in our zone, which the games before we watched them, they struggled at that. So
and the game after, they struggled from
that
3-point line too.
It's just one of those nights they were on, and that happens. That happens. But again, we're trying different things, trying to get ready for conference play, and I love what I see.
You mentioned it earlier, 22 turnovers, a lot of those coming in the first 6 or 7 minutes. They hurt you with their press, but you could see there you figured it out, and especially in that second half, you were able to break that press and get a lot of easy layups.
Yeah, the press, it wasn't like a trap and press. It was more of just having it hard to get it in bounce. Once we got it in bounce, it was just one-on-one all the way up full court. I don't think we turned the ball over too much on that. It was just trying to get the ball in. The other thing they hurt us with was rebounding, and that was our big thing on our board of keys was take care of the ball and keep them off the glass. And I think they got 18-something offensive rebounds, which was way, way, way too many. But the second half, we gave up 11 the first half, and I think we had 7 the second half.
And you had 14 offensive rebounds, so you really closed that gap because in that first half, they had a double-digit lead on offensive boards.
Yeah, and that was a big key. And so our guys were, watching the film, we're hitting them, and we just didn't go keep them on our back not long enough, and then go fetch the ball. But again, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I believe they're 5th in the nation on offensive rebounds. Yeah. So that's one of our biggest things.
And overall, Coach, you had 36. They had 36. Yeah, so, and you'd been out-rebounded the previous couple of games when you didn't like, but you showed something not just in the second half, but basically the last 25 minutes of that ball game.
Yeah, and we've been talking to Noah and to Tanner of those guys need to rebound better on the offensive end, and they did. That game, they did a lot better job of that. So we got to get extra possessions, Rob. That's a big part of the game. If you can get extra possessions, and again, a lot of those offensive rebounds you get normally turn into 3-point plays because it's hard to get back out and guard a 3. So we'll continue to work on that.
As big as they were, as athletic as they were, you shot 49%. You shot well. 3-point percentage, 36, 10 of 29. That's the most made threes in a game this season. So even though they had the size advantage and they were pressing you, right when you got the ball on the other end, for you to able to have that high of a percentage, Coach, that says the progression because you were at a season 28% 3-point. But with that kind of defense and to have that kind of percentage, you've got to love the idea.
Well, you look at Brett and you look at the Madiba. Those are the ones that got us over that end. But again, when you play a bigger team, you either got to do two things. You got to say, hey, you got to match us. We're going to use our quickness over your size. Or if that doesn't work, then we have to make some substitutions and go bigger to match up. They're bigger. So we decided to go smaller and have them guard us, and I think that's why we shot so many threes, is their bigs couldn't get out and guard us as well as they normally do. So that we didn't have Toby. Toby got hit in the head, and he was out for a while. So we kind of went. He's doing better, but still hasn't been cleared right now for Saturday. Hopefully we'll get him. Get him back. The docs once they clear him, but
because he got hit in the eye and all that, and I mean, for the next 12 hours. It was almost closed. It was like Rocky, one of the Rocky movies. It was, hey, look at this.
Eyes are always scary. It's always scary, and your head and your eyes, and so they're doing everything they can, and I appreciate our docs and our trainers doing that.
And we talked about Madiba Owana, career high 25 points and 5 3-pointers, but he went out of the game for a while because he twisted his ankle, and Zach had to go over and take care of him, and then all of a sudden he's bouncing right back, and Toby got hurt at the same time. Zach, your trainer, was over there, and Toby had to lay out on the floor.
He lay there for a while. Well, the rule is, and again, a lot of people don't know this. Sometimes they don't think we don't care. We do care, but once a coach or a trainer goes out on the floor, that kid has to come out of the game.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's a stinger or whatever, and they don't need to come out. And so we kind of wait until they wave us on to come out. That one was because we went down. I'm going, Zach, get out there! And where's Zach? And we couldn't find him, and he was in the back, like you said, with Madiba taping up his ankle.
Madiba just bounced right back after a couple minutes rest and continued to play like he had previously.
One thing we do, and he did a really good job of that this game, is we love to know how our guys are feeling. And when you grab your jersey, I need a rest. And when I tell our players, if you give me that jersey tug, I'm going to get you out, but I'll put you right back in as soon as you're ready. Yeah. If you don't give me that jersey tug and I see you're not hustling, and I pull you out because you're tired, you're not going to probably get back in for a while. So Madiba did that a lot in that game. He kept grabbing his jersey. One was an ankle, but also he's having a tough time breathing a little bit. But I love that. They got to trust me, and I got to trust them. They got to let me know how they're feeling, because I'm telling you, a 2-minute break makes a huge, huge difference. And a lot of times we get Ethan out right before a media timeout, 30 seconds, and it's 30 seconds off the clock, but it's a 2 or 3 minute rest, and it makes a big, big difference.
Yeah. Let's go back to Britton Barrett. He was transferred from CSI before last season. You wanted him to come in and be a sharpshooter from three-point land. This was by far the best that we've seen him shoot the ball, and the most comfortable that we've seen him shoot the ball. Can you see that in his confidence level?
Yeah, and again, when you see it go in, your confidence goes up.
Yeah.
We knew when we got him, he was a walk-on for us from CSI, and then this year we gave him a scholarship. But he could really shoot it in practice, and just in games he was missing stuff, and so it was so nice to see him hit some. We've always told him, hey, you're open. That's your role. Your role is to spot up, find shots. We'll find you and drill them. And that game, I felt like he made that first one, and then it just kept going. And he made a couple of them were tough, but he made that first one, and his confidence went up. And he had some really good looks early in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them went in and out, and so it's nice to see that, because he's really worked hard on his game.
Well, and that kind of reverberated through the whole team, because you could see once they started to get a little confidence, and we mentioned this earlier, they just started to play. It was like they were playing pickup basketball in a gym. They were just going up and down the floor. They seemed like they were having fun. They had confidence. They were passing around their teammates. They were moving. It just seemed like there was something different about this team in the second half that you wanted to see.
Well, that's fun. That's what we want them to do. We want them to be relaxed. We want them not to be so tight. When you get teams tight, they don't shoot as well. I can't let them get too crazy and turn the ball over, but I want them to be relaxed. I want them to be able to have some freedom and to play. And sometimes we kind of overcoach them a little bit, and we need to let them just read things and play out of it. And that's one of our big offense stuff is read things. If they'll read certain things, it's really hard to guard. But when they don't, then it's kind of easy guard. So you're right, they were sharing it. Yeah. I get on Noah a lot. Noah drives really well, and sometimes I think he can finish, but he loves to drive and kick, and that's fun to see. It's fun to play with a guy like that, because you know he's gonna share the ball.
I could sense that in the second half when I was watching it live, right next to you guys. But then when I went back and looked at the highlights, I go, wow. Yeah. This is what you want to see of them. They looked like they were something special. Yeah, and that was fun.
We're getting there, and we still got some more to go before league, but they're getting better and better.
All right, we got Justice University coming into town Saturday night, 7 o'clock, and then you go to Weber State the following week, and then to Creighton, that was in the top 25 when they started in Omaha, Nebraska. So it's going to be fun next 2 weeks.
Yeah, this week we only have the one game just because of finals. Yeah. We want our guys to do well in school, and so we scheduled a game hopefully once finals are over. Most of our guys will be done early in the week, and then we'll be able to focus on that one. And then the next week, like you said, there's nothing there. We'll practice, get ready for Weber, and then just got to keep them focused for that 2 weeks, because they're going to be excited to go home. They have those 3 or 4 days off is all they have. Then we bring them back, and we got SUU here on the 29th, which is start conference play. It's going to be a lot of fun.
After Saturday, it's real.
Yeah,
you can sense it. Really it's go time.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, the point guard of this team, and he's 6'8", or at least in his mind, he's the point guard.
Magic
one of the best.
Magic's coming.
Ethan Potter will join us when the John Judkins Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
And welcome back to the John Judkins Coaches Show, presented by Strap Brewery and Restaurant. Coach,
I like it.
Strap Brewery Tank Crafted Root Beer. This is the real deal,
I'm
huh?
taking this one, the cream soda.
Oh,
man.
the cream soda, and you got the raspberry lime. All right, we're all set up.
I like cream soda.
I think we're going to have some treats from there too a little bit
Appreciate
later.
that. Appreciate that
So you
sponsor.
showed up just at the right time when there's drinks and food, right? That's Ethan Potter, senior transfer from Utah Valley University. He apparently saw the light and came to the sunny St. George and the better team. Senior from Layton, Utah, Layton Lancer, right? 17 points, 8 rebounds a game. We're giving you a bunch of grief for being a point guard, but 2 out of 3 you score, not too shabby.
Not too bad.
When you get that opportunity, you want to have the ball in your hand, and you want to show them what you can do.
Exactly. I mean, I feel a lot more freedom down here, so it's Coach lets me do a little bit more things like that now.
What does that mean, Coach?
Well, he gets a rebound, he can bring it up. No, when he was, again, the Utah Valley situation, nothing against them. I love Todd. Todd played for me at Snow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. We joke back and forth. But, he didn't get to do a lot of things that I think he's good at.
Yeah.
And so that was our recruiting when we got him. Hey, we're going to let you do some things that maybe they didn't. And I think that's one of the reasons why he chose us to do that. And he's performing. He's doing exactly what we thought he would do.
So on that note right there, why transfer from Utah Valley? Obviously, you're getting more of an opportunity to showcase your skills here. Was that the main factor?
I think that was a lot of the main factor. I really wanted to even prove to myself that I could play as well as I thought I could show in spurts when I was at UVU, but do it consistently on a game-to-game basis down here and really compete as a team.
And the first couple of weeks of your career here at Utah Tech, you go to Arizona, who's ranked #1 in the country, and they're big guy. They're All-American. They're top 5 draft pick. And then you go to a 7-1 guy at Santa Clara. Just talk about that. You're 6'8", right?
Yeah.
Talk about going up against that big of a specimen, and you have to use your strength and quickness to outdo him.
Yeah, there's some things that I feel like I do really well against bigger players like that. I feel like I can get my hook shot above anyone, even if they are 7', 7'1". But I mean, it is harder to box out guys like that, getting stuff over the top, and it's a whole different level than kind of what we'll maybe see in conference.
How many times you fouled out
This year?
this year?
0, I think.
Coach,
0.
what does that tell you about the way
he's
he
not being
prepares
aggressive.
himself?
That's why he's not being aggressive.
No.
I had 4 fouls.
No.
But what does that say, though? He's battling these big guys, but he doesn't get cheap fouls.
Yeah, you can't get dumb fouls. He's getting a foul. He's aggressive. He plays hard. I told this to one of our players this last week. I said, when I see no rebounds and no fouls, what are you doing in the game?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get some rebounds and you got to get some fouls. That's just part of the game. I have a lot of people call me and say, hey, Coach, I got 5 fouls I can give. They still want to play. They want to foul somebody. But again, he does a good job of, not getting dumb ones. He's going to get some, maybe in a bad position, or like you said, maybe coming over the back on a rebound or what have you. But, we've been doing a good job trying to keep him fresh. That's one area where they get fouls is they get tired and they get a little bit slower and they get beat and then they have to foul. So he's doing good, but again, like he's talking about his hook shot, he does a great job at setting up the bigs, and then he comes back to his go-to move, which is that little hook shot.
So talk about that little, it's not a Kareem hook shot. It's more just a jump hook shot, which it's tough to block. So how did you come up with that? And how did you, make it so that is your shot?
A lot of it was a coach that I had when I was in about 8th grade. I played with this different AAU team, and he made sure we had a play that was just called "Feed the Beast" every time. So he'd just pass it to me, and I'd get kind of to that hook shot, and that's kind of where I learned that. And
there it is.
It's just kind of I've just kind of taken it from there. I started to be pretty good at it, and then just kind of felt natural and have used it ever since.
Yeah, he had a couple good moves the other day. He faked that hook shot and came stepped under and did what we call it like a little step under and a little left-handed layup. And he's got people are going to watch him. They're going to scout him.
Hold on. Here's the fast break, led by a 6'8" center.
That's an assist. And the best part there is there for the rebound in case he missed it. So, I love that with him. But again, he handles the ball well. He can dribble it. There's no question. This one he just finishes it, two-hand slam. Get out and run. That's when they, again, playing against bigger guys, we challenge them to run, beat them up the floor.
Yeah. And you mentioned the hands, and you could see there, a lot of big guys, their hands aren't the best. They're cement. I haven't seen you bobble a ball this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Hopefully, that's not jinxing anything for the future in games. But it's always been something I feel like I've been pretty good at, and just never been too big of a weakness for me.
You don't see that jump hook very often anymore, like that. And a quick story, you know where that jump hook was first invented? It was a former University of Utah player in L.A.
Willie McGill.
Willie the McGill. Yeah, Willie McGill. So he was playing when he was 16 years old, playing against Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell on the playground. And he kept shooting it and was just getting slammed.
Blocked.
And then Russell said, hey, try something else. So he came up with, jumping and hook instead of shooting it. And he goes, they couldn't stop it. And so he's the one that invented that. And so
his is a little bit.
Give him thanks.
His is a little bit different. Like I said, Kareem, you said Kareem too as well. He's jumping off 1 foot and doing it.
Yeah.
Ethan's jumping off 2.
Yeah.
I like the 2 because he's more balanced. If he does get hit, and Mark Eaton did a pretty good job of guarding Kareem.
Yeah.
Body him a little bit. When you jump off 1 leg, you sometimes can lose your balance and tougher. That's why I really like him jumping off his 2 feet.
Well, it's a weapon. You don't see
good.
many big guys doing it anymore because they just want to do fancy dunks and stuff like
They
that.
face up and they want to go one-on-one. And he does that well too.
Yeah.
But when he gets the ball in that low block like that, I think it's going to be a foul or a bucket every time. We got to continue to, I guess, feed the beast is what he called it.
That's a play.
That's a play we'll get for him. So, but he's doing really well right now. So we just got to keep it
I got
going.
the sign for it.
Feed him. Just keep
Feed
feeding.
the beast. That's what it is. All right, so a couple months here. You were here in the summer. Just talk about the transition from the cold of Orem to the sunny St. George, and with your new teammates and new coaches, and just the whole environment here.
Yeah, I mean, it was, when I first got here in the summer, it was harder because I first got here and it was like 100, 105 degrees, which I wasn't necessarily ready for that part, but I knew once we got into this time of the year, it'd be way better that way. And I think just having to get with the guys, I knew a couple of the guys on our team before a little bit, but I think it's been really easy to get along with everyone. I like how close everyone is as a community here in St. George, where there's not too many cities outside of St. George. It seems that everyone's kind of in support of everyone in the city.
And we're making fun of Utah Valley and all that, but we love Utah Valley. We all have great friends there.
Yeah.
Orem's a great place, so
You like it so much here. This summer, we get the 4 hours to work out.
Yeah.
So I'd call them, hey, where are you now? We're out on the golf course. They're out playing the golf at 105 degrees. They're the only people out there on the course, right?
He won't gain weight over the summer.
It's cheaper golf, but he played a lot of golf. He's a pretty good golfer. Some of our guys are pretty good at golf, Rod. I tell you, Boston's really good, and we played in a little two-man scramble against him and Tanner, and him were chipping stuff right next to the hole. It was like, what are you guys? Are playing the wrong sport. But it was a lot of fun.
We need to get old Sutterfield, Brad Sutterfield, to see if he wants to have a guy challenge.
I'm not that good at golf. We
have fun.
Tanner in Boston.
We had fun. But again, it was just fun. Our guys go out there and have some fun. And we do. When we go recruiting, we bring them on. We take them to what's called Crush now, and we could take them some golf. But it's fun. Some guys have never swung a club, so it's kind of fun. But he's still a pretty good golfer.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself, growing up, family, and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up in Layton basically my whole life, and I loved it there, and got my parents and then 3 siblings, and I had some. My parents never really played basketball growing up, but my grandpa was the head coach at BYU for basketball back in the '60s, so that's kind of where my basketball background comes from, and and my brother's a collegiate athlete at Snow College and Westminster as well. So,
What sport?
He played basketball as well.
Too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so got a lot of sports. Our whole family runs around sports now. So
That's awesome.
Ask him who he's cheering for between Utah and Nebraska in the bowl game.
for sure, Nebraska.
His favorite team is Nebraska.
Why is that?
My grandpa was also an assistant coach for Nebraska's basketball team, so my dad grew up there.
Okay.
So we're big Nebraska football fans.
They've gone back and watched the game in Nebraska already.
Yeah.
That's a great place to watch.
No, it's a crazy environment.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look ahead to what's next starting this Saturday in Burns Arena with Justice University. That's when the John Judkins Coaches Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes, our trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
All right, welcome back to the John Judkins Coaches Show, brought to you by Strap Brewery and Restaurant. Got goodies there. Going to have to wait from the brewery and restaurant Strap. All right, got Justice University. This is an exhibition game for them because they're part of the Christian College Association. And so what do you want to see out of your guys this week before you head to Weber State the following week and then Creighton before the holidays?
Well, obviously, play well, play together. We're trying. We talked about this yesterday in practice. Was now we have one game a week. This is time for us to kind of relook at our stuff and kind of time it. What do you call it? Retune it. And do some things that we kind of wanted to do, but we just haven't had time because we've had games so close together, back. So now we have a little bit more practice time to try different things, some different defenses, some different offensive stuff. And so we've put some of those stuff in. So now we want to see if those are going to work on Saturday, preparing us for the Weber State game, but also for conference.
And obviously this is a game that you overmatch them, and it's a game that you should win. That's
but I hate these games.
I know, but
I hate them. I tell you, I'd rather play Arizona and because I know our guys will be ready. You know what I mean? And sometimes these guys come in, they go, oh, we can beat these guys, and they don't show up, and then it's a war. So I hope that we can get that in them and realize that here we go. It's going to be a fun. I mean, hopefully they're doing the teddy bear thing. That'll be fun. That's always fun to bring in the community at this time of the year as well, and we hope that we can get people there. And so I'm kind of seeing that, and again, playing different combinations again. That's another reason why I like to do these is maybe some of those guys. I mean, you saw Dario play a little bit the game before last. Mm-hmm. You'll see Dallin Grant. You'll see Preston a little bit, hopefully, and give these guys some time who they deserve. They've been working hard in practice.
And that was going to be my point. What you just talked about, Ethan, is that this is a game where you're expected to win, and you've got a rival, in-state rival, that your future Big Sky opponent the next week, and then Creighton, a very good team as well. How difficult is it that with the Christmas holidays coming up, knowing that this is a game you should win, but you can't overlook them?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of these games already, like you said, and I think we've had a lot of games where we play really well in spurts, but we haven't put too many complete games together. Mm-hmm. I think against a team like this is a really, really good chance for us to kind of show that we can put a full game together, and so it'll give us momentum into those Weber State and Creighton games. All
right. Well, that's 7 o'clock in Burns Arena on Saturday. Now, Strap Brewery and Restaurant, the title sponsor of the Coaches Show, so we welcome them. Thank them for being a part of Utah Tech basketball. And with that, we get a sample of everything. What do you got, Coach?
Oh, I got some wings.
Wings and nachos.
Some nachos, and it looks like some mozzarella sticks and some fries.
I got wings, nachos, fries. So let's.
Is that a meatball? What is that? A meatball too, it looks like.
Yeah. So
pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Appreciate them sponsoring us. That's great. That's a pickle in there.
That's a pickle.
That's
a deep fried pickle.
You're not supposed to eat those, Rod.
Huh? They're not plastic. That's good stuff.
This is the real deal.
Yeah,
Rod.
Strap Brewery and Restaurant. So,
yeah,
hey, Nikki,
Thank you.
What's happening on Wednesday at the hotel?
It's a ribbon cutting.
A ribbon cutting for?
The new Residence Inn and Marriott Hotel.
The new Residence Inn and Marriott Hotel, where?
Off the Gateway exit.
Off the Gateway exit, Green Springs exit. All right.
And it's a new partner. They just partnered with
And they're a new partner of Utah Tech. So come on down to the ribbon cutting Wednesday at what time?
3 to 6 p.m.
3 to 6 p.m. and check out the new hotel. And
They have like a little Razy river around it.
Yeah.
We have a lot of our guys stay at the other one right next to it. That's a great place.
yeah,
so.
come down and say hi. They're a big part, but Strap Brewery and Restaurant. That's good. That's
good.
I never had a deep fried pickle. That's pretty darn
All
good.
right, you're gonna get it.
All right, 6:45 pregame show on the Fan Sports Radio Network and Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. 7 o'clock tip off. Let's go get it.
All right, thank
and
you.
And then we'll get after Weber and Creighton the following week. All right, that's it for this week's edition of the John Judkins Coaches Show. We'll see you Saturday night in Burns Arena.